This is the Chinese cooking channel called Chinese Cooking Channel. Today we're going to do a simple recipe. It's a delicious recipe for beef and onion stir fry. So this recipe is going to be simple. We're using the onions because I bought a big bag of onions, 50 pounds of onions for $7.98. So I'm doing a lot of recipes with onions. And I'm also going to give you a little exercise routine here. So we're going to do a shoulder exercise today. So just bring it up like this. So this works the shoulders. There's three parts to the shoulders. So this one, when you go up like this, it just works the middle muscle here. So this is a good exercise. I used to be able to do a lot more, but I need a little work on that. So I think I'll just do a little exercise before I eat. Wow. I used to be able to do a lot more of these. So I'm going to do a few exercises before I eat. I'm going to do a few exercises before I eat. I think I need it. So I have this piece of steak. It's part of a rib steak that I had yesterday. So I left about, there's maybe about 4 ounces here. Maybe 5 ounces. So I'm just going to cut the steak into slices here. I'm going to slice the steak. So you can just slice it at an angle if you like. You want to make it appear bigger. Or you can just cut it straight up like this. But if you cut it at an angle, it makes it look appear, make it appear bigger. So you just go like that. So when you slice it at an angle, the piece comes up looking bigger. So that's what a lot of Chinese restaurants do. I had one of my viewers ask me what are the secrets to, like restaurant secrets. That's one of them. To make beef appear larger, they cut it at an angle. So if you want to make your beef or pork or chicken, just cut it at an angle like this, and it will appear bigger. See that piece? Look at that piece there. So I have about 4 ounces, maybe 5 ounces here. So there you see, like right here, you get a whole handful of beef here. So some people say, where's the beef? The beef is right here. So now we're going to do the stir fry. You can actually marinate this too if you want. Put like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of cornstarch. Put some cooking oil, maybe 3 tablespoons. Put some soy sauce, light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, sesame oil. Put it in the marinade. You can marinate it for an hour or overnight. That will help tenderize the beef. But this is a steak, so it's already tender. It was pretty good steak yesterday, so I'm just going to stir fry it now. I've got 2 onions. So I have the onions cut off the top. So the onion, you just cut off the top and the bottom. Take off the outer layer. So we're just going to slice it. So I'm going to slice it real thin here because I want to cook real quick. I'm going to slice the onion really, really thin. Not really thin, but thin. Right? When people talk about thin, a lot of them, they're talking like really thin. So in cooking circles, this is just thin. Like that. So you can put as many onions as you want. I'm just going to make it with 2 onions. So make sure you tuck in your fingers. I'm not in a racing contest to cut onions, so I'm just taking my time. So a lot of people want to show off. They cut off their finger and they don't want to show off, right? And they forget to tuck in their fingers. I see a lot of these cooking competitions where people, they cut themselves, right? I mean, touch wood. It's usually when you cook, you should follow the rules so you don't cut yourself. Just cut that. So you have a plate of onions ready. Okay, ready for the next step. So I got a wok preheating now at medium heat. I'm going to turn it on to high now, just as I start. So I'm going to put some cooking oil in here. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 tablespoons. So I'm just going to keep it on high heat. So if you want to cook it on lower heat, you can. I like to cook it on high heat because I want to get a good sear, get a good Wok Hei, which is the carbon sear for the beef. So I'm using a carbon steel wok here. So if you're looking to buy a wok, you can check on Amazon under my Chinese cooking guide. I have the woks that I use. So this is a good one here. It's a Dexam. So here I'm going to sear the ginger and the garlic. So I have about 3 or 4 tablespoons of sliced ginger and 3 whole garlic. I just kind of smashed. I didn't cut it up. So you can put as much ginger as you like. Usually people don't put as much, but I like ginger, so I'm going to put a lot of it in there. Get a nice sear on your ginger garlic. Just move it around like this. Put it in the edge, outside edge there. So I got the beef I'm going to put in right now. So the heat is on high, just give it a good sear. Don't move it for a few seconds. So you get a nice sear going. I'm just going to mix the ginger and the garlic together. Hit it with a half a spoon of salt. I have the seasoned salt. You can use regular salt if you like. So give it a few shakes of salt there. Gonna hit it with some sesame oil. If you have some, put some in. Just put about a teaspoon in there. Got to bring out some fragrance and also a nice nutty flavor. So the beef has been cooked about, I'd say about 3/4 of the way through, maybe half to 3/4 of the way through. So I'm going to take that off and put it back in after I stir fry the onions. That's good. I like the beef medium to medium rare, so I took it off already. Now we're just going to sear the onions a little bit and then serve this dish. So you can add a little more oil if you like. Put a little more in there. So the wok is still on high heat. So I'm just going to sear the onions. So put that in right now. So just give the onions a good sear. So when you sear the onions, you actually see the char marks on there. You actually see the char marks. So when you do that, you're caramelizing the onions. You also bring out the Wok Hei, the char flavor, using this carbon steel wok. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of regular soy sauce. This is light soy sauce. I like this brand. It's called Kimlan. It's a really good sauce. Usually I use it for dipping, but I'm going to splurge today. Put it right into the stir fry. Usually I use a cheaper brand of soy sauce to stir fry. So when it says premium, that's usually for dipping. If it's regular soy sauce, it's cheaper. It doesn't have the word premium or superior. So I use a cheaper soy sauce to stir fry, but I splurged today. So you have the onions going pretty good now. I'm just going to add some oyster flavor sauce, my favorite sauce. If you don't have it, you don't have to put it in. But I'll put a couple tablespoons in there. I like oyster flavor sauce with everything, so I put it in. It brings a nice flavor to all the dishes that you stir fry or steam or boil. So that's really nice. Now keep in mind that soy sauce and oyster flavor sauce, it has salt in it already. So if you're on a salt restricted diet, keep that in mind. So you still want to eat healthy. So a lot of times you want to make a sauce with it, but I don't need a sauce for this one. It's all ready to go. So put the beef back in, including the juices. So now we're just going to take off the beef and onion stir fry. put on a nice plate. It's a very simple dish to make and really, really tasty. There you have it, beef and onion stir fry. Enjoy. I really enjoy this. Beef is really tender. It's a steak, a rib steak I had yesterday. The onions are still crispy. Lots of flavor with the oyster flavor sauce. And if you don't have oyster flavor sauce, just put some soy sauce in there. It'll still taste pretty good. Thanks for checking out my video. Please like and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for recipes, let me know. And tell me what your favorite stir-fry dish is. And everyone out there, take care and stay safe.